Welcome back to Unicorn Funland. I am and I go by the name of MikaelaAndromeda. I'm an interpreter of energies. If my messages resonate with you, you can like, share, and subscribe to my channel. All of my booking information is down below in the description box. And I don't usually do recorded videos like this, but it feels very important. I just go with the flow of the energy. If there's anybody who's new here to my channel, I do not do astrology. I simply go by the energy of the universe using tarot cards and even tarot and oracle cards. And even here recently, it hasn't felt very necessary to use cards as much. Okay, I will be pulling cards during this session, but a lot of information has been coming through energetically, like strictly energetically. Like I was literally sitting in the kitchen, like, I really think that I need to do something about this right now. And so I just decided to do this. Okay. So as the title says, I'm going to be discussing the energetic interpretation of this Neowise comet. It's been visible, I believe, since the 12th of July, or since the beginning of July of this year. It's been visible in the sky. This is like the closest, apparently the closest that a comet has ever come to our planet, and we won't be able to see it again for another 7,000 years. So just, set your alarm for 7,000 years if you miss it. I'm kidding. But anyway, um, there's just this strong pull, and that's what I focus my readings around. Of course, I do like personal reading sessions, during the weekend, but there was a point in time when I was actually doing zodiac readings, like monthly zodiac readings, but those just stopped resonating with me just because of the limitation of it, because it's just limited to our solar system when there are energies outside of our solar system that are affecting us. You like, even as far as like the Lions Gate that we're about to be in the realm of on the 26th of July. Through to the 12th of August, and that has a lot to do with the star Sirius, and also, with comets and celestial bodies that are outside of our solar system and even outside of our galaxy. And so, one point of my channel, I know a lot of you already know this, but for those of you who don't, one point of my channel is to bring those universal energies down to our planet because they affect us as well. And I know that everybody might not be ready for that. It might be like very out there, but that's the realm that I work on. And I know that there are a lot of people who are connected to the multiverse and who are interested in the paradigm of multi dimensions that want to know what's going on beyond our solar system and beyond the celestial bodies within our small little speck of a solar system. Okay, so that's just to clarify what my channel is about. That's what I do here. I don't always do readings like this, but I do them when it feels right. And I focus a lot on what's happening in the world. I focus on overall energies that are happening in the whole world as opposed to sign to sign. And then I go to the other end of the spectrum. That's a very extreme spectrum, pulling in universal energies. And then I go to the other end of the spectrum, which is focusing on your individual energies, which is very important because we all may have similar experiences, like, under the sign of Capricorn or under the sign of Pisces. We may have similar experiences there, but each and every one of our journeys, each and every one of our sparks is completely different. Okay. So that's why I go very extreme. I go from universal energies down to the individual human energies, and between there that it's such a wide spectrum, and it's very beautiful because we get to see so many different energies like start off very big and then trickle down into our tiny little specks of existence, and not speck as in anything negative, but specks of existence as in how tiny we are compared to the vastness of this beautiful one song that we're living in currently. Okay, When I say one song, I mean universe. Okay. All right. So let's see, Spirit, what is going on with this Neowise comet? What is the energy behind it? What should we expect? What should humanity expect? Because that's what we're focusing on right now. What should humanity expect? What is the influence, excuse me, of the Neowise comet showing up in our awareness right now? Okay. Let's see. And I'm using, right now, I'm using the Sacred Traveler. I'm going to be pulling from a few different decks here. But this is the Sacred Traveler by Denise Lynn. I had to look at it. Okay. What will you have the collective know about what's going on with the comet? What is the significance of the Neowise comet? What is it changing? What is it bringing to our awareness, to our immediate awareness? What will you have us know? Spirit, what will you have the collective know? Let's see here. Mm-hmm. Begin now. Take your first step. Let's see if I can get that a little more clear for you. Come on, camera. There we go. Okay. So, take your first step. So this is humanity. Take your first step. And in each and every one of our individual expressions, that first step is going to look different. May look similar to somebody else's, but the first step is going to look different. I'm seeing spiritual energy. I'm seeing cosmic energy. I'm seeing cosmic interference, energetic updates. Thank you, Spirit. Energetic upgrades, DNA upgrades. Okay, this is what I focus on. Okay, I focus on growth, and growth within the human system, and growth within your specific self. Okay, but it's looking like we are in the realm of taking a first step in a new direction as humans. And what that looks like is, you see how humans are right now. Imagine us times 10. Okay, imagine us as our best expression, and not just individually. I'm talking about humanity as its best expression. I know there's a lot of people who probably still don't believe in life outside of our solar system, which is a little strange, but to each their own. We'll all get there eventually. But there is life outside of our solar system, and a lot of that life is of a higher vibration. So our human systems are rising in vibration. This is not a new thing. This has been happening for for centuries. It's always happening. I mean, even from the time that there were those dwelling in caves, their vibration has risen significantly since that time, and it keeps rising. But when we see big things like comets, and when we have celestial events like, even I want to go back to the harmonic convergence. I'm always talking about the harmonic convergence because of how important it was in 1987, where there was a celestial event where there was where the planets aligned in a specific way, and it's very rare that that stuff happens. And so it happens for people to realize where they are, and to begin the awakening process. For some of you, to begin the awakening process again. So this comet burning so bright in the sky and moving so very slowly is indicative of how slow our evolution has been, and how slow our evolution will be. And it's not necessary for you to don't worry, you're not running out of time. You're not running out of time, but you will start to notice that your system is breaking down. I'm seeing your system of belief is breaking down. A lot of people's system of beliefs, your there's a lot of financial breakdown that's happening, and of course, going through coronavirus, that's inevitable. Okay, but this is a slow breaking down of our existence, of our immediate existence, and of our perceived realities, really. Because when you think about a comet, the comet, it breaks off into little pieces, right? And then you have that beautiful meteor shower, which we're going to actually have between August 11th and 12th. Interesting, because that's like the tail end. It's the tail end of the comet, and it's the tail end of the Lion's Gate. Okay, so we go through the Lionsgate July 26th through August 12th. That's the tail end of the Lionsgate. And I believe this comet has been visible. I think I said in the beginning, visible since July 12th or so. Okay, but we're experiencing this breaking down, and so you can see how the universe clearly how the universe clearly gives us signs of what's going on in our lives. Okay, even in our individual lives, in our community lives, in our human lives, in our global lives, the universe is always giving us some kind of sign. And don't think of it as religious or spiritual or anything like that. It's literally just what is happening in the universe is being shown to us. Okay, and it like there's the macrocosm and the microcosm, as above so below. And so we're seeing this big beautiful comet breaking down something that doesn't happen very often. Seeing the comet doesn't happen very often. Okay, and so then these big energetic upgrades, they don't happen very often. We each have upgrades, in our own individual worlds, but something this big, thank you, Spirit, because we're about to get deep into it. Something this big, it just does not happen very often. This is not oh, this happens every 10 years. No, it's not even, oh, this happens every 20,000 years. I mean, 7,000 years, it's a pretty big chunk of time, not in comparison to how old our planet is, because she's like billions, maybe even trillions of years old. You have to go and look up your own science on that, because I'm not the scientist. I have my PhD in spirit. I have no piece of paper. I will always be very transparent about that. All of my information comes from the energy, because the truth is the truth. Point blank. Period. When you know what the truth is, that's what the truth is. Okay, um, so yes, this stuff like this doesn't happen very often. And so when there's a breaking down, I'm seeing the tower card. When this is what I mean by I don't really need my cards very much, but I will still pull cards. I'm seeing the tower card, and the tower is basically breaking down in order to rebuild again, breaking down to our basic foundations in order for us to rebuild again. Have you noticed? I'm sure you have, but have you noticed that over the past, what, this is July, 7 minus 3 is 4. So over the past 4 or 5 months, since we've been going through this pandemic, have you noticed that there's been a breakdown in yourself, even if it's a small breakdown? There's been a breakdown in our society. There's been a breakdown in what is going on in our ideas of civilization. Okay, and then that breakdown is breaking us down to the deepest cores of ourself. Is breaking us down to our DNA. It's breaking us down to the air that we breathe, which is all about coronavirus. The droplets, the tiny particles of water flow, the tiny particles of water that are affecting our respiratory systems. Okay, I have to, and sometimes, y'all, I go on a rant and I don't even remember what I just said. Okay, so but I'm gonna keep on going. All right, but this breakdown has clearly been happening with the coronavirus, with COVID-19. All right, and so that breaks us down to our deepest DNA. There you go. Thank you, Spirit. It breaks us down to our deepest DNA so that we can start rebuilding from there again. I think a little while ago I did a video on like the spiritual or esoteric meaning of coronavirus, and it had a lot to do with breaking down and building back up again. I'm not going to get too deep into that because I'm focusing on the universal energies as opposed to just what's going on in our global environment. Okay. And so when you think about universal energies, you have to think about interversal energies as well, because the universe is you and you are the universe. You are God and God is you. There's no separation. I know it's hard for people to understand that, but there's really no separation. And so as a celestial body in the universe is showing you the breakdown is occurring within yourself as well. Okay. And it's breaking down, and it's getting sick, and it's getting all of the gunk out, and it's removing itself. It's removing all of the pieces that are not necessary of itself. It's burning up in the atmosphere, in the universal atmosphere, or the universal atmosphere, so that it can begin to rebuild again. Okay. Begin now. Take your first step. If you have been feeling like, on a human level, if you have been feeling like, I am sick of this, that could be, I am sick of this job. I am sick of this area that I live in. I am sick of this partner because you do not serve me anymore. I am sick of being sheltered by your attitude, is what I'm hearing somebody. Okay. But whatever it is that you're tired of, whatever you feel like is like phasing itself out, and you keep getting signs and synchronicities about it, it's something that needs to be broken out of your life so that you can continue to evolve. There's nothing wrong with change. Change is inevitable. Our universe, it dwells on change. You hear about the scientists saying that our universe is continuously expanding, I've even heard, like, when I was a child, it was more prominent that the universe is expanding and collapsing, like it's breathing, right? Right. And so as the universe expands, we're going from the big bang, it expands, and then it's going to have to come back. Okay, because for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. So if we're expanding and going out into the universe, then we're going to eventually need to come back within. The universe is going to eventually need to come back into itself, into its wholeness. And so that's going to start on the molecular level, and it starts within the human. It starts within you, and that's where you begin to crystallize. So as we have free will here, and as we can't just all snap our fingers, some people know how to do magic like that, but we can't just snap our fingers and become crystalline, or snap our fingers and become rich. We have to do it at this very dense level. And so an action needs to be taken. So if you're getting, again, if you're getting signs from the universe that there is this one thing in your life that is not working, take that as truth, and take that as the universe trying to tell you where your path is leading you. Um, because like it's looking like we're all being set straight. Like, I'm seeing like all of these paths that have been crooked, and paths that where we've been going around the same tree for a long, long time, and wondering why we're not getting anywhere. But we need to step out and do something different. Step out and get that energy out of your life, and begin right now. Begin as soon as possible. Yes, you might get some backlash if you have been in an unhappy marriage. I keep seeing divorce. Okay, whoever is out there concerned about this, you may have been in an unhappy marriage for the past 20 years or so. If you cannot think of a time where you have been happy, or if these past few years has just been like, I don't see why I'm with this person. If you feel that way, that's the universe trying to signal you. And it's not just like, it won't just be sudden, it'll be something that has been building for a very long time. It's time to move forward from that. It's time to get out. And again, there may be some kind of backlash, but that is not your energy. That is someone else's energy. When someone gets angry at you for taking care of you, that is their energy, and they need to deal with it. And we all could use a little more boldness and a little more frankness in our world. Okay, let me know how it feels. All right, in the comments below. I really want to hear everybody's feedback on this. At the bottom of the deck here, I got grace and gratitude. Through gratitude, joy expands. A while ago, I got an intuitive hit that our universe is one of one created out of joy. This was a long time ago that I got this hit, like even before I started this channel. Okay. And so through one way that you can take these first steps is by giving gratitude. I am so thankful for everything that I've learned in this relationship. I'm thankful for the skills that I've gained at this job, but I am ready for more. I'm ready to go above and beyond. I'm ready to be my best self. And I can only be my best self when I move away from this situation that is old, stale, and stagnant now. Okay. And so, through giving grace and gratitude, your joy expands. When you break out of that shell, you expand, and you become, you come to start to crystallize within yourself. You start to evolve and become more of yourself and bring more of the universe in to you. And that's the same thing as the universe. As the universe expands, the universe expands through gratitude. The universe expands through experience. And the universe, like the particles out there, doesn't have to give gratitude. It's a natural thing. The tree doesn't have to say, "Thank you, universe, for letting me grow." It's just a natural thing that happens. The tree is there, and the tree knows that it's there, and it knows that it's rooted to the spot. It knows that it's going to get rain and sun, and that it's going to go through its seasons. And we could learn a whole lot from trees. I'm not the first person to say that, but we could learn a lot from trees. But by giving gratitude to the trees and giving gratitude to the universe for whatever experiences we're going through. And I have to say, especially the negative experiences, because the negative experiences, you've heard it, they're learning lessons, and that's about it. Okay, so what else will you have us know, Spirit, about the Neowise comet? Okay, so that's the journey that the paradigm of the comet is taking us through. Okay, let's see what's happening now. Okay, what effect is the Neowise comet having on the planet right now? Okay, existence, and look at that. Isn't that something? You see the comment? Oh my goodness. This is some powerful stuff, Spirit. Thank you. In our small existence, in our small beauty on this small little leaf of a planet. She's significant. She's very significant, but she's so small within the vastness of our universe. And she's so small to help us to realize that even when you are small, there is bigness inside of you. There's greatness inside of you. And I don't mean just like successful greatness. I mean the greatness of a whole universe, the greatness of a whole space. Okay. I'm specifically seeing the paradigm of like tiny homes, and how like even when I was growing up, and many of you in my generation may know this, but when I was growing up, like seeing the people on TV like with mansions and stuff, like, that was the aspiration, because the bigger the better, right? But there's a lot of people here in my generation, and even in the younger generation, who are realizing, I really just want just to have a nice little small space that is mine. Okay. And so, again, in these small spaces, we expand more and more. In these small spaces, we realize that we have everything in existence that we could possibly need. And it's not about a bigger or better thing, you know and sometimes it's not just about the smaller or being within. There's a balance that is necessary, but I'm not going to touch on that yet. um but we do have everything in existence that we need here, uh for this period that the comet is passing by our planet. And even I'm seeing, like, even before it started passing by our planet, there's this realization that is happening, and I'm seeing it like ricocheting around the world, that we are able to have what we need in simplicity. Okay, let me know how it feels. Because I'm seeing like the intricacies of astrology, and like how, I know there are some people who got astrology down, and that's so beautiful, but it keeps getting more and more intricate, and there's more and more to dig about, when it could be as simple as be where you are and experience, go with the flow, an experience. There are moments where you create, and there are moments where you have to abide by the soul contract that you wrote before you came to this planet. Okay. What else is going on the planet right now, Spirit? In conjunction to the wow, the comet. Okay, so I got ripeness. This is the Nine of Pentacles in traditional deck. And by the way, this is the Osho Zen Tarot deck. I swear by this deck. This is a deck that I will always have handy. But uh, another thing that's going on within humanity on the planet is this ripeness. Okay, and for those of you who didn't know, this was the Magician card, but there's a ripeness and a readiness that's happening. I'm seeing a harvest of the souls. I'm seeing separating the wheat from the chaff, and that's not saying putting these people over here and demonizing them and lifting us up because we're better. No, that's an energetic separation, as in there are people who vibrate extremely high who need to start stepping more into their purpose. Thank you, Spirit. Who need to start stepping more into their purpose and pulling themselves out of self-serving attitudes. And then there's people who are still working through the self-serving attitude, and for some people who are actually very stuck in that self-serving attitude. And that self-serving paradigm where it's just all about me, and I'm just I'm just in my world. Or I'm also seeing like narcissism. Okay, so if there are people that have narcissistic tendencies in your life, and you're starting to see the breakdown of their energy, or you're starting to see that they no longer have as much control over their lives as they used to have, that's a part of separating the wheat from the chaff. And so those of a high vibration, we have to teach those people. It's not about being better or I know more. No, it's just that I've reached a specific place, not just me, but all of the people who are here. I've reached a specific place energetically, and I want to make sure that I give that I keep paying it forward and give that energy to those who actually need it. Okay. That there's a lot of that going on. And the ripeness card, the Nine of Pentacles also manifests as the as Miss Independent, is what I like to call her, because she's in the regular tarot cards this person who has everything. Like she's ready. She has her dress on. She has her makeup on. She's like got a hawk or a falcon on her arm, excuse me, and she's about to walk into this building. She's about to walk into the unknown and complete her task. Okay, so there's a lot of you who are at the brink, of completing a project, at the brink of completing tasks, at the brink of realizing more about yourself deep within. And I'm also seeing a lot of people going deeper within because the time is ripe, because of the energy of this because the energy of this comet is affecting us so much. And it's not just the comet, it's the energy that is going on in our whole universe. And we recently ended a galactic year with 2012. I know that was 8 years ago, but in terms of the universe, that was like a few seconds ago, but we just went into this 25,000 year cycle. And we're moving into the age of Aquarius, and we're in that realm. And there's no like set date, because I've heard so many different dates about when we're entering the age of Aquarius. Just know that it's happening. And it may have a little something to do with Pluto and Capricorn, which is a very important alignment that I've been keeping my eye on, within our solar system, because it talks about grand change. Okay. Anyway, I can talk about this stuff all day, y'all. That's why I'm sitting here doing it. Okay. But yes, so there is a ripeness and a readiness that's happening within each and every one of us. And so also I got the Nine of Cups, and here's a beautiful synchronicity. So if you happen to be getting nine synchronicities or triple nine synchronicities, just pay attention to what you're feeling and thinking during that moment when you get any nine synchronicity. Okay. So the laziness card, this is actually the Nine of Cups. In traditional decks, it's wishes fulfilled. And what's beautiful about this, about what's beautiful about the Osho Zen Tarot is that he's very balanced in the ideas that have been put into this deck. So even though this might be wishes fulfilled, you might be getting stuff that you want. And there's a lot of people in this universe who are, yeah, in this universe, there's a lot of people on the planet who are starting to pull more energy in, and who are starting to pull in finances and the dream jobs and the dream husbands and wives, and having kids, and building themselves up, the dream life. A lot of you are pulling that in, but the point of this energy is to not get so comfortable there, because you can see he's got everything he needs. He's perfectly comfortable. He's got his drink. He's got everything that he could possibly need, but he is at risk of breaking. He's at risk of breaking apart, especially if he gets a little too fat. That's something that I just noticed here, that he got a little pot belly there, and he's just been indulging, but there's something that's about to break down around him if he continues to indulge too much. So those of you who have been getting wishes fulfilled, and those of you who are just now starting to realize your dreams, this is an indication saying that just be aware. Just be aware of the up and down motion of our universe, the beautiful triangle that I'm always talking about, you guys. And that triangle is actually starting to become inverted. Oh, I have so much to say today. But um, usually this is usually the paradigm of our existence, right? The triangle, there's a rise and a peak, enlightenment, if you will, and there's a travel back down, a fall, and then there's a period of darkness that you go through. Some people call it the dark night of the soul, okay? Some people call it hell, all right? But then after you travel through that dark night of the soul, there's another turn, and you start to travel back up again towards that peak. And so that's the point of this energy coming through right now, is to not get so comfortable with just being right there at the peak. There's a point in time where you will have to experience some form of lower energy, but it's up to you to transmute it. And that's where I want to talk about the inverted triangle, which we're entering the realm of. Both of them are necessary, and when you put them both together, they make a beautiful tetrahedron. Some people call it the Star of David. David. Some people call it the Star of David, and it's not just a Jewish symbol. It's a universal symbol. It's not even a global symbol. It's beyond that. It's a universal symbol. It has a lot to do with sacred geometry. I'm not going to get into that right now, but the inverted triangle, you see how this part would have been the dark night of the soul, right? And so this part, this flat part right up here, that is the point of lightness, the point of brightness, and the point of well-being. And a lot of people have been saying that we're heading into a golden age. I read something about that a while ago. We're heading into like 1,000 year long golden age, maybe longer, maybe a little bit shorter, but that this is going to be the main idea of our existence. Traveling into the light, having a swift decline into a small point of darkness to automatically be transmuted so that we can continue to travel up and then go back into the light. There's no light without the dark. Either you're going to have long dark nights, or you're going to have very quick dark nights. It's really up to you. And it's up to you to not get so comfortable in one spot, because you could make $1 million one day and lose it all the next day, or spend it the next day. There's so many different examples, but I'm not going to go into that. But this is one thing that's becoming very prominent on our planet right now, is that we're getting a lot of stuff that we want, but then wondering, why is this one part of my life not doing what I want it to do? It's because there's an eternal cycle, a constant cycle that is happening, and this comet has a lot to do with that cycle. This may seem very beautiful in the sky, but even this beauty is constantly breaking down. And this comet might become smaller and smaller and smaller, and then it might go to a part of the universe or a part of the galaxy where it picks up different energy, and then it gets bigger and bigger again. And then when it comes back by the planet 7,000 years later, it's going to start that breakdown again, or whatever actual cycle it goes through. Expansion and collapse, expand and collapse. That's the universe. Everything does it. Every planet, every star. So you ever heard of a supernova? Like boom, and then like it'll some turn into black holes, and then those black holes will the black hole is the collapse, and then it pulls energy in until it starts to shine brighter. The eternal cycle. So a lot of people are becoming aware of their eternal cycles, and becoming aware that there's not just one way to be, and that there's not just one path for me, not just for me, but for me, as in you being you. Okay, because, well, I mean, in the end, I am you and you are me, and he is she and we are all together. Who is that? Is that the Beatles? Anyway, but a lot of people are pulling a lot of this beauty in, but getting very comfortable and not realizing the dangers in getting so comfortable. Okay, and this is one thing that the comet is teaching us. Don't just think that just because you're seeing this beauty in your life, that it's only going to be beauty. There will be some kind of breakdown, even if you do resonate with the paradigm of the upside down triangle and that small point of darkness. There has to be a breakdown somewhere so that you can continue to travel upward. I got the creativity card. This is the Empress in traditional decks. There's a lot of people who are starting to use their creative minds, and who are starting to put their emotion into the work that they do. This is a revering of the I'm saying a revering of the goddess, and a revering of the divine feminine, which is in every single one of us. There's not just one divine feminine. There are so many of us. Each and every one of us is divine. We just have to find it within ourselves. Okay, but there's a lot of this energy, this mother God energy, that is starting to manifest on the planet. And a lot of people have already been doing this. There's people who have been practicing witchcraft for years, for decades. Maybe their moms and dads taught them this kind of stuff, but it's starting to be like a very big thing in the world. The divine energy and worshiping of the goddess and praising of the goddess is starting to become very big. Again, I'm not going to get religious about it, but this is a necessity. And the comet can also be seen because the feminine, the left side, is receptive, and the masculine, the right side, is expressive. And so the comet can be seen as the expressive. And then the expressive, the masculine, is having this breakdown, not breaking down forever to become nothing, but having a breakdown in our awareness. Okay, and we're seeing this breakdown happening, right? Because we're seeing the comet, and then we're going to see the meteor shower, the after effects. So we've been seeing that breakdown happening. Is this not what's already happening on our planet with the patriarchy? I love the divine masculine. I have a divine masculine in my life, and I can't honestly say that I'm like super hardcore feminist. I praise and revere the paradigm of the female, but I also equally praise and revere the paradigm of the masculine as well. Okay, so but there is a need for the patriarchy to be breaking down into balance. And so this is it's clearly what's happening. I've said it a bunch of times, and it looks like that's the theme that we keep coming back to. And I think I need to go to the next deck now. Okay, but this creative energy, this even like intuitive energy on the planet, because she is of the planet. She is like the earth goddess. And then there's the high priestess, who is like the cosmic goddess. Okay, but she's goddess on earth. and she's creating, and she's finding ways to push herself up to the forefront to meet her masculine, and pushing herself up to the forefront physically to meet the divine masculine, to meet the patriarchy, so that they can meet in the middle, and become something that works for everybody. Okay, because just having the feminine in charge, it didn't work for everybody back then when our world was predominantly a matriarchy, and having the patriarchy in charge is clearly not working. Not not for every single person. Okay, it's not fair for everybody. It's only fair for both of those energies to be as one. Okay, and so here's two triangles. Anybody who tuts, that might be a cute tutting move. I can't do it. I don't tut. But anyway, it's necessary for both to be enacted, and this kind of looks like a lightning bolt. So imagine the energy that can permeate throughout our planet, and even permeate throughout our lives individually, when we balance both of those energies out. Okay, as the comet balances itself out, breaks down, goes out into the universe, and builds up again. All right, let's see here. Lots to say. I have two more decks here, but let's see if I need that last one. I kind of feel like I will need it. Excuse me, but this is the Work Your Light deck by Campbell, Rebecca Campbell. All right. Okay, so now we're gonna see, we're gonna look a little more into the future. And we're gonna see how this comet will affect our lights in the future. This is called the Work Your Light deck. All right, we're going to see how this affects our light in the future as human spirit. What will you have the collective know? What will you have the collective know about the future impact of Comet Neowise on our existence? Spirit, what will you have us know? Okay, I got one more shuffle. Thank you, energy. Thank you, energy. Okay, for humanity, what will you have us know about the future impact of the Neowise comet on humanity? Oh gosh. Okay, the initiation, right? Rite of passage, crossing the threshold. Okay, so this breakdown, you see that this is like where we are right now. This kind of dark cave. It's strange. We don't know what's going on. There's a snake. I've never seen that. There's snakes. Oh my gosh, but there got some snakes. Anyway, I'm not going to comment on that, but there are some snakes who are in charge of things. But anyway, um, so we're just in this very uncertain place. But the importance of this uncertain place is to stay on this path of light. Ain't no snakes on the path of light. Nope. There's no snakes on the path of light. And so they're all around you. You can see them, you can hear them, but they will not bother you if you stay on this path of light. Okay. And I know everybody can't do that all the time. I know that there's times where I'm like, I have to see what's in this darkness, and then I regret it. But staying on the path of light is what takes us through the threshold. Okay, and so the darkness is a rite of passage. You get this is prominent in any culture, where, like, I'm thinking of the movie Avatar, like how they have the rite of passage where they have to choose their little flying dragon thing. I know it's not a dragon, but they have to choose that, and they have to tame it, and they have to connect with it, connect their souls and their instincts with that animal. And there's so many rites of passage that, like, the Mayan cultures and the Incan cultures, like, used to have rites of passage where they would give the teenage boy a psychedelic, then he would have to go off into the woods and have a spirit walk. Okay, this is our initiation. And the comet is trying to make us aware of that. Where we are right now, all of the dark times that you're going through, this is to make you rise higher. It's just to help you to crystallize. It's just to lead you into the lighter version of this version of your life. So beautiful. Okay. So that this is where we're being guided. This is what is going to be happening. I'm seeing over the next 25 years. Okay. And so it depends on your age, but you're, even if you're an adult and a parent like I am, you're going to start even seeing these changes happening within your children over the next 2 to 5 years, because I saw 2 to 5 years and then I saw 25 years. Okay, we're taking it out to the universe, bringing it back. Okay, that's I really hope you guys can understand me. I'm trying to put this in layman's terms, but you're going to even start to see these changes in your children, or in your nieces and nephews and your grandchildren over the next 2 to 5 years. And like I'm seeing like sparks of awareness, like really, would a child actually say that? My son is chasing a rabbit. Like how do children know, like how would a child even know that, or like wow, how would a child even do that? And it's already happening, like with these child prodigies that are coming out, the psychic children in China, the indigo children that are manifesting here in America. They're becoming more aware. And so imagine a child prodigy times 10. Okay, that's what's going to start happening to the children, and it's also going to start happening to the adults as well. We are intentionally crystallizing, especially those who are working on their stuff every single day, who are working with crystals and tarot cards, and working on raising their vibration and clearing their bodies out, eating intentionally, exercising, and stuff like that. Those things are initiations as well. Okay, they're just the beginning steps to getting us into the light. Okay. And so we're having a chance to understand what this initiation means through our play. And I'm seeing through spiritual play and through energetic playing. Okay, so if you're a person who has never picked up tarot or oracle cards and you feel pulled towards it, play with the cards, play with them. This is how you learn. You play. And for me, this is play. Like this is fun for me. I love looking into the energy. I love connecting with my crystals and talking to my crystals. Okay. But whatever mediums that you feel drawn to, start to connect with those mediums, because they are, thank you spirit, they are part of your purpose. Everybody has different mediums. Some people use runes, some people use like earth magic. It really doesn't matter as long as it's specific to you. Okay, and so that's going to be a part of your initiation as well. It's going to be a part of your beginning of the crystallization, the visible crystallization action that is going to be happening in your future. Inevitably, it's inevitable that we're going to evolve. It's inevitable that we're going to crystallize. It's inevitable that we're going to rise higher again. Here's Star Mother. Okay, how can you mother yourself? And a lot of people are going to be taking more care of themselves etherically. So those of you who have been connecting telepathically, some of you are doing this with your twin flames. Some of you are doing this with your family members. Some of you are doing this with your children. Some of you are in my experience, some of you are just doing it with random people because I know I've been connecting like with a lot of people telepathically, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you can hear me?" I'm like, "Yeah, can you hear me?" But this is taking care of yourself energetically. I have a friend. Oh, sweet herb honey. She talks about, and she's on Instagram. And Janae, if you're seeing this, please put your Instagram in the comments so that people can go to your page, because she talks about like radical self love. Okay, and so that has a lot to do with self love in connection to the universe. So this is going to be something that becomes very prominent after I'm seeing like after the comet leaves our existence, I'm seeing that there's this kind of dark moment that we're going to go through, and then we're going to start to realize a little bit more. And this is the balance of the universe: dark moment, realize a little bit more; dark moment, realize a little bit more. And he's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And so there are ways for you to take care of yourself energetically. One of those ways is being open to telepathically connection, telepathically connecting with people. I'm also seeing energetic upgrades once again. Okay, now here's the beautiful balance of this that says get grounded, right? And so we're going to be working on mothering ourselves etherically, but you don't want to get stuck there. If you guys are astral traveling, or if you're interested in astral travel, please be careful. Please consult with somebody and make sure that you're doing it the right way, because there is a way for you to like get stuck and lost out there. Okay, it's very rare, but it's possible to do that. And so taking care of yourself energetically doesn't mean that you should be sitting in a cave all day for the rest of your life, connecting in with the energy. Okay, there's going to be a way for you to ground that. A lot of you are going to be pulling a lot of this energy in. I'm seeing, uh, I saw 6 months, and then I saw August 6th. Okay, so take that however it resonates for you. But there's going to be a time when you pull all of this energy in, and then it's going to need to be grounded into the planet. You could do this anyway. You could do this by starting a new project. You could do it by starting a new business. There's so many different ways you can get grounded, but it's going to be necessary, especially for empaths, highly sensitives. Okay, if it's going to be important for these people and anybody beyond to connect with nature and to put their intentions into the planet by physical action. You can sit and be energetic and spiritual all day, but it's kind of in vain if you're not putting it into physical action. Okay, so that's another thing that's going to be happening in the future. That's the future impact and influence of this comet that is like so prominent in the energy right now for some reason. And then it's going to help us to break chains, rewriting the future. Okay, what does it say? Ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. Okay, look at that. Coming out of the cave once again, and you see it's this person starts as really dark, or I don't. This could be one person, or it could be many people. But as you emerge from the cave, you get lighter and lighter and lighter. Okay, and no fluffy bunnies. No bullshit. I'm not saying that it's gonna be like this perfect thing. We're all gonna go through cycles, but excuse me, the more you nurture yourself, the more you ground yourself into the planet as well, the lighter and lighter you're going to be getting, the more and more evolved you're going to be getting, the more you're going to be able to flash into your light body, which is so important because we need to start. That's something that us as humans, I know, I'm ahead of my time. Us as humans, we're going to need to start to practice being in our light bodies. And it all starts in the imagination. It really does. The imagination is a very powerful and important tool that we could all use a little bit more of, especially in this such serious day and age, where we're all just focusing on working and paying our rent and keeping everything above water. We could benefit from playing, and benefit from being a little more aware of the universe around us and within us. Okay, so the final deck I'm going to use is the crystal mandala. For those of you who have been a part of my channel for a while, I've been posting one of these every week. I think I'm just gonna pull one because and I'm gonna have to read from the book because I don't know this deck by heart. But it's it's I only post one of these per week because the energy is like really really strong on these cards. Okay, your girl, what's her name? What's her name? What's her name? Alana Fairchild. I'm not associated with her, but she's got some really really great decks. I think I have another Alana Fairchild. Yeah, I have the Rumi deck, but Yeah, I'm just gonna pull one of these to see what the advice would be. Okay, so what is the current advice for the planet? Okay, what is the advice for humanity, spirit, in conjunction to the learning lessons that this comet is teaching us? Okay, what will you have us know? Okay, I'm gonna do one more. What will you have the collective know? What advice do you have for us, Crystal Mandala? What is the advice in conjunction and in connection to the Neowise comet that is passing our planet right now? Okay, let's see here. Ooh, ooh, wow, that energy is like really heavy. I'm interested to see what card this is. All right, let me pull out my book. Oh my goodness, you guys. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, this is 19. Okay, knowledge born. Ascended Master Serapis Bay. Okay, so I know some of you may be connected to Serapis Bay, and some of you may resonate with the word or the name Bay as well. Okay, and clear calcite. This says karmic grace. So this is the advice that we get from the universe. Okay, I'm just gonna let this sit here for a while. I'm gonna get it clear. But if you need to pause it and focus in on that beautiful sacred geometry, I think I am gonna pull an activation card after this one too. Okay, so karmic grace. All right. So let's see here. I know this is kind of a long reading, but when the universe wants to speak through me, then it wants to speak, and I just let it because that's my job. This is number 19. Okay. So this says the struggles we encounter in life can be challenging enough without adding unnecessary guilt, shame, or judgment into the mix. There are times when the path of life becomes easier, more flowing, right? Effortless, and shining with radiant grace. And in those moments, we feel as though we are doing something right and the universe is affirming and validating us. Everything just falls into place and we feel blessed. What can be more difficult to accept is that there is grace in the struggle, too. Wasn't I just talking about this? The divine, in its infinite love for you, will empower you to fulfill your innate potential. This is like literally what we were just talking about. For some, that may be a gentler journey of progress, less challenging to body, mind, and soul. It may be entirely appropriate for a particular soul to be in a lifetime focused on tranquility and feeling supported rather than being thrown crown chakra first into the upheaval that typically accompanies intense spiritual transformation. There may be times in your life, even if you are one of the souls here to experience the challenge that frequently accompanies accelerated spiritual growth, where your path is gentler, brighter, more effortless. When this happens, it is what will serve you best. Even the most intense paths that include experiences of trauma or abuse, perhaps especially those paths, will need times of lightness and joy. Your life path will unfold in whatever way will most benefit your soul growth. What you need to remember is not to judge yourself. That's the advice. Okay? Not to judge yourself. That makes sense with karmic grace. Or think that you are doing something wrong when life gets difficult. It is actually a sign that you are going through an accelerated phase of spiritual growth. The breakdown of the comet is showing us our accelerated phases of spiritual growth that we're about to, like, a lot of people are about to experience this very intensely. Okay, with this comet immediately followed by the Lion's Gate from the star Sirius. Okay, a lot of people is going to be like, why is my life, oh my god, why is my life like this? I would just want to die. Okay, if you are feeling suicidal, please go and talk to somebody. Please go and talk to a mental health therapist. I am not a doctor. This is not any kind of medical diagnosis. Please make sure you are taking care of yourself that way and going and talking to somebody who is certified. Okay, I have to stress, any tarot reading on my channel, on any of the YouTube tarot channels, do not take that as in game. There's always more to the story. There's always more to your story. Okay, so go and take care of yourself, and don't just think that just because you're hearing this here that it's the only thing that's going to happen. Okay, I I um I do call myself an oracle because I know who I am, but that doesn't mean that I have every single answer. There are some people who need to go and get certain answers for themselves. Okay, and no, there's no tarot reader, and if there is a tarot reader out there who claims that they know every single thing, they probably don't, and they're probably just trying to stick you for your money. Okay, so just be aware of that. But please, if you're feeling suicidal, if you're feeling homicidal, please go and talk to somebody and take care of yourself that way, so that we can all continue to vibrate. All right. um let's see, phase of spiritual growth, and the blessings that come from it will be what you need and want the most. Yes, the blessings that come from those dark moments. There's a temptation to judge oneself in the struggles of life, to wonder, why am I not getting this? Why am I in pain? What am I doing wrong? This must be karma. Excuse me. And then guilt, shame, and judgment make the situation even more difficult. Don't do this to yourself or to others. When there is a struggle, there is opportunity for breakthrough to be grasped by the soul. This opportunity can come to you through this method of growth. You'll have other times that are more joyful too, so there's no need to worry. Some souls choose to have lifetimes where much struggle characterizes the earlier phase of their life, preparing them for great work and a much lighter and more joyful experience in the second half of their life. Yes, if you have been puzzled by an experience in your life, a difficulty, or perhaps even effortlessness. Let's see, what card was that? Okay. If you've been puzzled by an experience in your life, the this card, and also this card, and this card as well. Okay. um, by an experience of your life, a difficulty, or perhaps even effortlessness, and you're trying to make sense of it, relax. Accept that karma grace bestows upon you the best way to grow and manifest your divinity in every moment. Wow. You don't have to understand it, but to accept and trust it. You need to believe you are truly loved by the universe. I believe that's the end of that. Okay, so this is the advice. Any high and low moments that you go through, accept that that is the love of the universe. That's it. It's not the devil trying to take you over. It's not that God hates you. It's that we all go through cycles. Okay, that's why frequencies look like this. They're wavelengths. Okay, and some frequencies are very fast and high, and some frequencies are very low. Low frequencies go through high points, let's see, troughs and peaks, and some frequencies go through high points and low points, no matter how high or low the frequency is. Okay, even the low frequency, like elf waves, go through high and low points, and even high frequencies go through high and low points. Okay, it's just a matter of vibration. I'm not going to get into that. Okay, that's your advice, to take everything as it comes to you as the love of the universe. One more card, and then we're gonna get out of here. Okay, let's do it. All right, let's see. Um, what's activating? What is this? What is this comet causing to activate? What is this comet? What is comet Neowise causing to activate upon the planet spirit? One card. One card. What is this causing to activate? What is the Neowise comet causing to activate on the planet and within humanity? Okay. Okay. So one more. Thank you so much. Okay. What is the Neowise comet causing to activate God. Oh my God. Look at this. 18. And this is a divine order. Breaking down and coming back to the self. Breaking down and coming back to the self. Okay, so this was 19 and this is 18, right? That's the cosmic flower. Okay. It's the flower of life. All right. Um, the frequency of cosmic flower activates our remembrance of the place we call home. So this is what this comet is trying to tell us. This is not our only home. This is not the only place where we will ever exist, okay? We come from the cosmos, every single one of us. We come from stardust. Every single one of us does, okay? Right? Um uh Activates our remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world. Okay? So that's the point, along with all of these other smaller themes, that's the point of us experiencing this energy. Is for us to come back into the realization and remembrance of the cosmic flower and of the fact that we are the cosmic flower. And so this should cause us to blossom. I'm seeing essentially to blossom into the blessings. Okay, to blossom into the beauty of what we truly are and into our highest potentials on the planet as well. And these high potentials, they're going to be written in the Akashic records, and they're going to be remembered by the cosmos as great acts of duty. Okay, in this paradigm, in this world. All right, I love you guys so very much. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this. There's important etheric information in here. Okay, if this message resonates with you, you can like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Again, my channel is really just about doing smaller readings for people, and then every once in a while doing bigger readings like this. Okay, so this isn't something that I do on a consistent basis. The only consistent thing that you're going to see is weekend readings on my channel. Every once in a while I do free readings on Wednesdays. But if there's somebody who vibrates high in your world, who you think this will help, go ahead and share it with them. But it's really just about getting the message out. I also want to let you all know that there's going to be a global meditation on August 8th, on like that's kind of like a kind of a midpoint, but I guess it's closer to the end of the Lion's Gate. But it's very significant because you got that 8-8 synchronicity. Okay, so there's going to be a global meditation on that day. I know I'm doing something on my channel specifically, but it's not about going to anybody's channel or anything like that. Do whatever you want, take it how it resonates. But you can find that information on my Instagram. It's down below in the description box. But again, thank you guys, thank you gods for coming and joining me, and for getting a bit of universal multidimensional information from the cosmos, because this is not about me. It's never been about me. I'm a servant of the universe. I am your servant, and I serve you within my means and within necessity. Okay, I love you all so very much. Please stay in your timeless bubble of creation. Remember to create to the highest of your ability for the highest good of all. There's the lawnmowers. Hey, anyway, um create for the highest good of all. I love you all so much. Have a beautiful moment. Bye.